my students, it's me again, Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare Tanzania. Welcome for our chemistry session, and today my class level is Form 2 and we are going to look on the topic known as fuel and energy. My students, today our topic involves the following subtopic, whereby we are going to see the categories of fuel, we are going to see the characteristic of fuel, which is good fuel, also we are going to see the uses of fuel and the concepts of energy, conservation of energy, how energy can be transformed from one form to another. So my students, today we are going to talk on the concepts of fuel. Welcome to start our session. Now, when someone asks you or ukiulizwa nini maana ya fuel, what does it mean? The fuel, by definition, is the combustible substance burning in air to produce energy, whereby the energy can be in form of heat. Since combustible is chemical process, so fuel also is called the chemical fuel. Kwamba when we talk about fuel, tunaongelea zile substances ambazo ili combustible take place lazima hiyo material iwepo, ambayo ndio inakuwa ni inakuwa combustible. So now after this substance burnt, finally we are going to have the end product of heat energy, or at the same time we are going to have the light energy. My students, the categories of fuel categorized into two classifications, whereby we have occurrence, mean that the fuel according to the way they prepared, and also we have physical state, whereby the fuel in their physical state, how can it look like? It can be maybe in solid state, liquid state, or gaseous state. So we are going to see these categories one after another. Now let us start with the category of the occurrence, or in other way you can say preparation. According to occurrence, fuel classified into two fuels, including natural or primary fuels, also artificial or secondary fuel. Kwamba kwenye in the category of occurrence or preparation, fuel inaweza ikawa katika natural way, means inatokea naturally without any human being input. But you can see again katika occurrence or preparation, fuel inaweza ikawa inatokea katika artificial means, whereby there is input or the power of a human being so as that fuels can be made. Now let us see about natural fuel. The natural fuel, if the fuel occurs natural, means zinatokea yani kiasili, no power, hamna nguvu behind ya human being ambayo imekuwa used there, but they just occur natural. For instance, there is wood, coal, petroleum and natural gases. These natural gases, these woods, hamna binadamu ambaye anaweza kuinitiate ile occurrence ya wood. Hamna. It just occur naturally. Unaona mti umekuwa mkubwa, umetokea, umekuwa hivyo. Those natural gases, they are natural. They exist naturally. So no, this is what we call the natural occurrence or primary occurrence of fuel. Another category in occurrence of preparation is all about the artificial means. So when we talk about artificial fuel, it's the fuel manufacture in industries or finding from natural fuel. Kwamba hizi ni zile ambazo zinakuwa manufactured, zinatengenezwa na zenyewe sometimes zinakuwa finding, mean that zinakuwa modified from natural sources or natural fuel. So you can see the fuel was natural, but because it can be modified into another form is where we can get the artificial fuels. For instance, we have coke. Hii coke tuliona ni end product of coal, kwamba baada ya kuprepare ile coal tunakuja kupata coke. So you can see hii hapa imekuwa fine or modified from the natural sources of fuel. But another is kerosene. These are made by human beings. They are finding from the petroleum, so wanakuja kupata hizi kerosene, petrol. Also coal gas, hii coal gas imekuwa produced, imekuwa manufactured and also producer gas. Hizi zote zimezalishwa baada ya kutumia zile existence natural fuels. So you can see the artificial fuels, they depend on the input or the power of human being to be developed. They are not occur natural. Now according to the physical state, kwamba tumeona according to the way they occur. Now let us see the categories of fuel according to the physical state, kwamba katika ule muonekano. Physical state here we are these categories of fuel classified into solid fuels, there is liquid fuel, and also there is gaseous fuel. Now let us see one after another. Before, let us see the table which show the classification of fuels. This table it tends to show the how fuels is classified in the liquid form, solid form, as well as the gaseous form. Now you can see this is the physical state. Huu ndio ule muonekano kwamba katika hali ya ugumu au yabisi, katika hali ya kimiminika ambayo ni liquid, na katika hali ya hewa ambayo ni gaseous. Sasa you can see the natural fuel at the same time with the artificial fuel. Katika solid tunaona hapa kwenye natural fuel we have wood coal, so tuna hizi wood. Lakini ukija kwenye artificial fuel tunakuja kuwa na charcoal, we have coke. Baada ya baada ya kumodify au kufining those coals is where we are going to get coke. So at the same time katika liquid form, natural fuel we have crude petroleum. Now this being modified into artificial fuel where we are going to have the petrol, we are going to have the diesel, we are going to have the kerosene and the biodiesel. But also you can see the natural fuel in the physical state of gases, we have natural gases. So you can see these natural gases are being fined or modified and we are going to have the artificial fuel. For instance, we have LPG, which is liquefied petroleum gas. But also we have coal gas. As we know that coal gas, it is a gas which are manufactured. Kama imekuwa manufactured means that hii ni natural means or natural gas fuel according to physical state. Now my student, let us see the characteristic of good fuel, kwamba fuel nzuri ina sifa gani, ili tujue kwamba this is good fuel, what are their characteristics. Now you can see a good fuel should have the following characteristic. The first is high energy value, kwamba iwe na high energy value. Another is high rate of combustion. Another is high average of ignition point. Another is low non-combustible material content. Another characteristic of good fuel is not produce poisonous gas. Also, it should be readily available, affordable, also easy to transport and store, as well as have no effect on the environment. Now let us see these characteristics in details one after another. So let us start with high energy value. What does it mean when we say the good fuel should have high energy value? Now you can see a good fuel should have a high energy value. The energy value is determined by the amount of energy produced per unit mass of the fuel. This is called the heat value. Kwamba the good fuel should have the higher amount or average amount of energy value. Kile kiwango chake cha heat kinachotoka kiwe katika average level or good amount. So the fuel should have the good energy value. I hope as we proceed with our series of our session, we are going to see more about this concept of heat energy value. Another is the good fuel should have high rate of combustion. Kwamba tukiongelea kwenye high rate of combustion, here tunaongelea katika ile process of being burnt to produce that our product which is heat energy and light energy. So the good fuel should have high rate of burns and a moderate rate for continuous supply of heat. Kwamba yenyewe iwe ina uwezo wa kuwa burnt ili kuweza provide ile continuous supply of heat. At the same time maybe there is light, inakuwa continuous supply. Another is have average ignition point. Now kwamba good fuel lazima iwe na good ignition point. Now on your mind, what do you understand by the ignition point? You can ask yourself. Now ignition point is the point whereby temperature needed to burn fuel. So this is the temperature required to burn the fuel, kwamba kile kianzio cha kuweza kuburn our fuel. So the good fuel should have the average ignition point. That means that their temperature should be average or moderate so as we can able to burn the fuel. A good fuel should have average ignition point, as I have already said. Now, something to note here is low ignition is a risk due to the fire hazards, kwamba kama kutakuwa na low ignition point, so it will be a risk. Why? Because it can lead to the fire hazards. But also higher ignition point make it difficult to start a fire, kwamba when the ignition point is very larger, very more than maximum, it become difficult, whereby once we need to start a fire inakuwa ni ngumu. So the ignition point should be average or should be moderate, so as we can able to start our fire. At the same time we can avoid the risks of fire hazards. Also another characteristic of good fuel is that low non-combustible material content, kwamba yenyewe iwe na kiwango kidogo cha material ambayo ni non-combustible. You can see a good fuel should have low or no content of non-combustible material, kwamba wakati mwingine iwe na low content au isiwepo kabisa, because once it's there we will not attain our heat value required or heat energy value required. So for instance, of this non-combustible material is ashes, majivu. So you can see your fuel after being burnt, just for a few minutes expose kwenye heat source, you can see there is ashes formed. So that formation of ashes, how can we get that heat energy? How can we obtain that maximum the heat value energy required? It's difficult. So what our combustible material, our good fuel should have low non-combustible material or content, and at the same time isiwepo kabisa. Another is something to note here in this characteristic is that non-combustible material lower the heat value of the fuel, kwamba yenyewe kama ikiwepo hii majivu inapunguza ile value of heat required, but also non-combustible material left in form of ashes, ndio hiyo kwamba yenyewe inabakia kama mfumo wa majivu. Another characteristic of good fuel is that not produce poisonous gas, kwamba good fuel should not produce gas ambazo zenye ni harmful, itapelekea majanga kwenye atmosphere au kwenye mazingira yetu. So you can see a good fuel should not give off poisonous gas, and also it should give off very little or no smoke, hata zile fuel ambazo zinatoa moshi, kwa sababu sometimes we know that those smokes are made up of carbon monoxide. So when exposed in atmosphere zitaenda kupelekea reactions katika atmosphere, then itaenda kupelekea depletion of the earth. At the same time itapelekea rise of the global warming effect. So you can see, so the good fuel should have low content of smoke, such as smoke also should not produce the harmful or poisonous gas. Another is good fuel should have highest pyrometric burning effect. Hii pyrometric burning effect mostly inatokea kwenye gaseous fuels, the fuels ambazo ziko in form of gas. Kwamba by definition pyrometric burning effect is the highest temperature reached by burning fuel, kwamba ile temperature ambayo inahitajika ili kuweza kuburn ile substance ndio inaitwa pyrometric burning effect. So you can see a good fuel should have the highest barometric burning effect. For instance, nimesema katika zile gaseous fuel. Why? Because is where we can able to use those gaseous fuel katika attain our required or that heat energy value needed. Another is readily available, kwamba a good fuel should be readily available in large quantity, iwepo katika large quantity, katika kiwango kikubwa, yani iwe readily available. Another is affordable, you can able to afford it. A good fuel should be affordable to most people. Okay, and mostly this pyrometric is available in the gaseous fuel, kwamba hizi pyrometric hii temperature, maximum temperature required for burning fuels inakuwa mostly katika gaseous fuel. Another characteristic of good fuel is that it should be readily available, kwamba iwe available in the large quantities, katika kiwango kikubwa, isiwe kama kuna upungufu, no. So the good fuel should be readily available in large quantity. But also the good fuel should be affordable. Affordable how? The good fuel should be affordable to the many people, kwamba watu wengi wanaweza kuaccess au wanaweza kuipata the fuels. But also is to transport and store. A good fuel should be easy and safe to transport and store, kwamba yenyewe iwe ni safe na vile iwe ni rahisi kuwa transported from one place to another, na vile hata katika kuistore iwe ni nzuri kwa ajili ya kufanya storage. Not fuel you can store today, tomorrow imekuwa collapse, no. So the good fuel should be easy to transport and to store. Another characteristic is the good fuel should have no effect on the environment. Hii haina tofauti na ile kwamba good fuel lazima iwe provide poisonous gas. So vile vile hapa tukiongelea point ya effect kwenye environment, kwamba most of fuels ili ujue kwamba this is good fuel lazima iwe haina effect katika mazingira yanayotuzunguka. For instance, here you can see a good fuel should not have harmful effect on the environment. For instance, fossil fuels which produce carbon monoxide on burning are major contributors to global warming, kwamba kuna zile fossil fuel after burning they tend to produce those smokes, harmful smokes, ambazo zile smokes zinakuwa na made of carbon monoxide gases, ambazo tunajua hizi carbon zinaenda kupelekea formation of chlorofluorocarbons, ambazo tunaenda kupata the effect of global warming. So a good fuel should have no effect on our surrounding environment, so we can protect them. Now my students, let us see the uses of fuel, kwamba hizi fuel zina matumizi gani. Fuel are used in different ways in daily life, kwamba zinatumika katika mazingira tofauti katika maisha yetu ya kila siku. The first is to run machines in industries and motor vehicles, kwamba yenyewe inatumika katika kurun machines. Katika viwanda kule, viwanda vingi vinatumia sources of fuels katika running their machines, so they can able to perform their daily activities kwenye viwanda. But also in vehicles, motor vehicles, you can see gari haliwezi kuwaka bila these fuels. Lazima waweke mule diesel, I don't know, petrol, mafuta yale ili waweze kuendesha. But also this coke, they are applicable for industrial activities and so on. But also the fuel used for cooking, boiling and the provision of warmth at home. For example, firewood, kuni zile zinatumika katika kupikia, katika lighting, katika provision of warmth, katika at the same time you can see hiyo sehemu ni sehemu ambayo ina baridi sana, kwa hiyo unakuta mule ndani wanatumia hizi fuels. Kwa mfano coal, wanawasha mkaa ndani ili ku warm the house, ku generate heat. But also you can see kerosene zinatumika nyumbani, katika lighting purpose. Another is for drying kwamba fuel zinatumika katika drying purpose. For example, tobacco leaves are dried in kilns by burning woods, kwamba haya majani ya tobacco yanakuwa dried kwa kupitia kilns. Kwenye kilns hizi ni kama ovens au furnaces chamber fulani ambazo zina provide burning. Another for light at home, especially rural areas, kwamba unaweza ukafika kule vijijini, source of light ambazo fuel ambazo zinatumika kule ku provide light, unaweza ukatumia kerosene, mafuta taa wanaweka kwenye zile lamps, vibatari. So they put their kerosene, then wanaitumia, wanawasha vibatari vyao, wanapata light, then they survive. So you can see how the fuel is used in your daily life in different purpose. Now my students, after looking the whole concept of fuels, category of fuels, na uses of fuels, now there is a task for you here. You can try it so as you can improve your understanding toward our concept you have already discussed. The question is, what do you understand about the fuel? You can see it's very simple question, but once you try to attempt is where you can master it, na itakusaidia katika mitihani yako kufanya vizuri. Another is, in 5 points describe the characteristics of good fuel. Elezea sifa za good fuel katika kwa kutumia pointi 5. I hope because tumeona, so it will be easy for you to master and to attempt this task easy. Thank you for watching. This marks the end of our session today. Keep watching or following EducareTZ for more learning content. Bye bye my students. Have a nice day.